All right, welcome. All gas, no break. Welcome to the show. Chris, Justin, Mo, and Paul. The playoff drought now at 13 years. Jets finished the season 7-10, but we're not really here to talk about the last couple of games where the Jets failed to score touchdowns. But as a result of the Jets failing to score touchdowns, we have breaking news today that the New York Jets have fired their offensive coordinator, Mike Lafleur. Mike Lafleur is out. The Jets will have a new offensive coordinator in 2023. It seemed the past few weeks like that something was going to happen with the Jets finishing the season with 6 straight L's. And then of course, not scoring any touchdowns the last 3 games, which were all, aside from the last game, were all must-win, basically playoff games that you couldn't find the end zone, couldn't even find the red zone. So Mike Lafleur, whether it's fair or not fair, he is the sacrificial lamb for the Jets' shortcomings this 2022 season. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts on this? Are you happy?
They get rid of somebody. Period.
What's that?
They had to put the blame on somebody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I think
That's 6 losses in a row.
Do you think Lafleur deserves to lose his job?
I would have been okay with it either way if he stayed or went.
Yeah, I kind of thought they were going to keep him and bring in like a senior assistant or whatever. Basically, like.
Well, see, here's the thing. This is how I see it. So, like the loss of Greg Knapp, pretty much they never really like fulfilled that role, even though like RIP Greg Knapp. They just basically went in-house and just upgraded the guy who was supposed to be like the pass game coordinator up to QB coach. So it's like that he has no experience. That was the guy who did, and they never made a move to really replace him. They brought in Zach Wilson's like off-season coach.
Yeah, they brought in like Buddy from Utah.
Yeah, and somebody else. What was it, Matt Kavanaugh or whatever?
Yeah,
and they're not even here now. So the second season, they really didn't even do anything because they lost those two. And then they just kept everyone that they had originally on the staff, minus Greg Knapp, who they still didn't really like fill the spot.
Every place, no. No one had someone,
and that was the guy who was experienced. So now the talk is, and I hear rumors going around saying like, okay, Gary Kubiak is the guy who they want to bring in to basically be that QB coach / offensive assistant, and it was supposed to be helping Mike Lafleur, but now they just got rid of him. Who knows what they're going to do? Because I thought that was going to be the plan. Maybe they just make him the offensive coordinator.
Maybe. I don't know if it'd be a fan.
There's offensive candidates that are getting fired as head coaches all over the place. I don't know who they really want to stick to or try to get, but I mean, one, you got to figure out who you really want to bring in as a quarterback, because obviously they're not going to draft one, and Zach Wilson's not starting.
I think he is.
You think he's going to start week 1 next year?
I think the Jets are going to start him. I think they're going to bring in an offensive coordinator that's going to develop him, and he's going to look honestly.
So he's gonna he after 2 years under one guy, he's going to learn a new system in 1 year, and then they're going to start him again.
The only other option is look,
and
we can bring
whatever just give him a fresh restart.
If we don't bring someone else in, but our other options are what? Derek Carr, Jimmy G, or Aaron Rodgers, right?
The Jimmy G thing makes sense, but Jimmy G is like made of glass, so it's like, okay, he understands that system, but now guess what? LaFleur is fired, so who's going to run the same system?
I mean, I think the system. I think whoever they bring in, sadly, is going to run a similar system. I don't really see Saleh deviating that much from the LaFleur Shanahan scheme offensively. I think he's going to want to bring in someone who's probably conservative and wants to run the ball, and basically someone who can continue to mask the deficiencies at their quarterback position. If assuming you get some healthy O line back and you get a healthy Breece Hall back, that maybe they just bring in someone who's run heavy and conservative who can run the same offense. I'm not saying that's the right move. I think they should get someone more creative and innovative. I think that I agree with Mo. I would have been fine either way if they would have fired Lafleur or if they would have brought him back. I think that the last few weeks of the season really did him in, whether it's fair or not, because granted Josh Johnson was able to throw for 300 yards in his system. And Mike White definitely had his moments, but ultimately there just wasn't not enough consistency from the quarterback position as a whole or the offense as a whole to really justify it. I'm reading a tweet now from Antoine Staley. So it looks like the way this went down is so this fella, Aaron Wilson, was the first person to report on LaFleur's firing earlier this afternoon or late this morning. This man, Aaron Wilson, reported that LaFleur was fired. And then Connor Hughes and everyone on the Jets beat was like, no, that's not true. He's not fired. They're going to bring him back. And then I just saw this tweet from Antoine 5 minutes ago. The Jets plan to bring back Mike Lafleur, but after the earlier report that he was fired, other teams started reaching out, and he had opportunities to go elsewhere. So either way, he says either way, Lafleur kind of saw where everything was going and decided it was time to move on. So
he's back to San Francisco.
Yeah.
This type
of back. You got a quarterback.
So it's kind of seeming like maybe Lafleur quit, and maybe it was all because of that fake report, and maybe if that fake report did not happen, Lafleur would still be the OC.
You know who I blame for this?
Who?
John Heyman. This has been a snowball effect since he did that stupid shit with Aaron Judge, and now no one knows what's real on Twitter. 100%. I will say this, watching minimal Jets games, but seeing the pain from that Jaguars game, especially, Merry fucking Christmas to you guys. I feel like if you're sacrificing Mike Lafleur, whichever way it happened, you're doing that with the idea that, hey, we have to fix Zach Wilson. I don't think he's fixable, dude. I remember watching that Lions game, after it happened, the kind of abridged version that they put on YouTube. And it's like, wow, Zach Wilson kind of drops his balls a little bit in the first half. And then the second half begins, and immediately the two most obscenely stupid decisions throwing wise I've ever seen, like that one that Carter had to save from basically being an interception. Just I don't know, man, he's not it. I don't know how you can fix him with him being the starter, right? So I don't know what the options are. I mean, if you buy into the rumors, even if they're unrealistic, you could say, hey, we can get Aaron Rodgers for a year, and that solves both the quarterback problem and the offensive coordinator problem. And he's definitely a conservative offensive coordinator, Aaron Rodgers, if you know what I mean. So I don't think it'll happen, but I mean
the Packers are very run heavy too, so they're conservative in that way too.
Yeah, put those four guys together. Put those four guys together. Yeah.
Brees should just be MVP. I know he didn't play half the season, but look at the fucking difference. That counts as MVP in my opinion.
Brees Hall tore his ACL in week 6, I believe it was. Yeah,
against the Broncos.
It was week 7. We won that game and went to 5-2. So it was week 7. Brees Hall tore his ACL. So there was still 11 weeks left in the season, and guess who still finished as the Jets' leading rusher this year? It was
that man.
Michael Carter with 400 yards. Surprised he even got that many.
So will probably have 1,800 yards rushing.
He probably would.
So we're not talking enough about the fact that the Jets had an opportunity to get Christian McCaffrey and they just didn't.
Yeah.
I feel
That's
like that's really being talked about.
that's just because
Hell,
of the future. We didn't referee for years.
if you had McCaffrey, I guarantee you would have had one throwing touchdown the past 3 games from him, not your quarterback, but it would happen.
Yeah, somehow. Maybe
It would have been a dump.
they would have
It would have been a dump off.
You know what's interesting though? You talk about all the rookie running backs. I think that if you consider you consider theoretical scenarios, who would be considered the best 2 rookie running backs if played full seasons, no injuries? It would either be between Breece Hall and Brian Robinson. You look at their numbers compared to all these dudes, Damian Pierce, Pacheco, all them, they are in the middle of that list, and they each basically played half a season, less than half. Brian Robinson came back week 5, so a little more than half a season for him. But yeah, it's an interesting what if, hopefully Breece comes back and.
I throw another one there. Rob Purdy would have been a fucking easy candidate for rookie of the year if he played the entire season of Niners.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of a candidate now. He's kind of a candidate now. Even I think last I checked, Brock Purdy was 3rd on the list at plus 500. I think Kenneth Walker. Sadly,
that's too high.
I think that the shitty quarterback play is going to be. Wait, you said it was what, too high?
Too high. He should be 3rd on the list. Just because of how many games he played. 100%, he's played phenomenally. But if he played half the season, played more than half the season, then yes, I would say 3rd on the list. Yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, sadly,
he deserves the ball. 5 maybe. He deserves.
How do the Niners?
Not top 3.
How do the Niners do it? With all the QB troubles in the league, right? Where everyone's searching for their future quarterback, but the Niners are oh shit, we have a good team. Random white guy go every year.
And they did that after they mortgaged so much.
I say this almost every week.
They're not getting punished for how dumb of a decision. They're being rewarded for their stupidity.
Must be nice.
It must be nice.
The Niners are in a situation that no football team's ever been in, where they can just plug any quarterback in and be a Super Bowl candidate. Almost any quarterback in.
Yeah, you know what that means? They adjust how their QB plays.
That's why Lafleur's fired. That's
exactly
why Lafleur's gone.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, Lafleur couldn't make any adjustments. Period.
No.
Whether he couldn't.
Here's the thing, though.
And he couldn't adjust to the fact that Breece Hall got hurt. I mean, he had 11 weeks after he got hurt to figure something out. And
he treats every player the same.
Aside from Garrett Wilson, they really weren't able to figure anything else out aside from force feeding Garrett Wilson.
That's one thing right there.
I think
Garrett Wilson.
All this shitty QB play is going to cost Garrett Wilson the Offensive Rookie of the Year award. I think it's going to be Kenneth Walker.
100%.
Probably going to be Kenneth Walker, probably.
Imagine if he had a competent quarterback.
Yeah, even one for a couple of weeks.
He'd be a top 5 receiver right now.
Yeah. Imagine if you had the 15th best quarterback in the league's average, it would have been fine, right? So not to kick you all down, not to kick you all while you're already down, right? How exactly does one adapt a team to how Zach Wilson plays, though? That's the fucking issue, really. And Breece Hall coming back, hopefully he's healthy, will be a significant, refreshing return to help, Zach Wilson, Mike White, Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, insert random guy who's thought of next week there. It's going to take a lot off the back. But yeah, I mean, even some of those wins where it's I forget what game it was. I remember seeing Zach Wilson 110 yards, and I get that game was one
game.
Yeah, I get that game was one because you don't want to throw against Buffalo. It's a running game, but man, you should be 189 with one throwing touchdown would have been acceptable. I get it. You're not in that situation going to be trying to throw the ball into double coverage or anything, but man, I don't know, seeing 110 and then just basically the running game wins. It's like that's very 2011 Jets.
I miss
Yeah,
the days
I think
of
look,
Zach
this
Wilson
is
being
a
a
little
game
bit.
manager.
This is a little bit. No, forget the even game manager. I don't think Zach's a game manager. Zach's a little beneath that right now, which is why he ended up failing. Zach's a play action quarterback. Zach only thrives when the play action works. That's when he can step back in the gun, actually make throws.
And that only worked when the run game was working. When
run game
Exactly.
actually. That's it. That's the only way Zach thrives. Can he be a better than a play action quarterback? Maybe. We don't know.
No, not maybe. Not maybe. The one drive he had that was good against the Lions is when he was doing play action.
Yes, exactly.
And he had the two. It was just two plays, and they scored a touchdown.
But that's
I feel
what
like
I'm saying. He's a play action quarterback. That's the only way that he can get the offense driving right now. But I'm also going to put that on Mike Lafleur. I'm also
it is on the floor because
his second year, and he went into
Because
this.
you found something that was working, and then you stopped doing it.
Yeah, Lafleur did that.
So
Every time something was working, he would go away from it. Like Zach, and to answer Paul's question, like how do you adjust to Zach? And like, yeah, it's pretty hard to adjust to a quarterback that's that bad. But the one thing, like Zach's one strength or his huge strengths, like Justin was saying, was his ability to create off of play action when the running game's working, and also his ability to improvise, to roll out and kind of play back
out of the pocket. Right.
All that's the run game
like that though. All the plays they called were like pocket, in the pocket, get the ball out quick, and Zach can't make those short throws.
Yeah.
So, like
you see him
here's the thing.
After he's running back like 50 yards and getting sacked.
I don't think
the motherfuckers were open. So like the plays are working to a degree because people were getting open.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen.
Do you guys think that he was coached to be more than a play action quarterback in his past 2 seasons? Do you think that there's actually coaches?
I barely think he was getting coached at all, to be honest with you.
I was gonna say you could have ended the sentence after the word coach.
Yeah. The rest of that.
Actually, I'm sure he was. Was he listening though, or was he thinking about like, oh hey, like like Mike?
I think the whole offense of the Jets was based off of we're going to the ball 60% of the time, at least every single game. We're going to run the ball 60% of the time. That's what Zach's learning. He's not learning how to be a quarterback in the NFL. He's learning how to be a play action quarterback. That's what he's learning under.
Right.
I don't think he's really learning anything. I mean, and I think that looking back on it, the way I know that we always say like how the Jets mishandle their quarterbacks, and we thought things were different with Zach. Like it seemed like oh, they're actually like doing a better job building around him, but they mishandled Zach too, because they basically admitted earlier this week, oh yeah, he shouldn't have been playing right away. We should have if we could do it over, he would be sitting. Like, okay.
He definitely should have. But we
definitely should have. He probably should have brought in an actual veteran quarterback earlier to
Flacco.
That was something I was. By the way, that was something I was concerned about from day one, and you guys dismissed me. You guys were like, "No, it won't matter." And here we are now, where we're talking about getting a new offensive coordinator and probably getting a new quarterback too. So
honestly, I don't think we should get a new quarterback yet. I do not think so. I don't.
About what?
We absolutely.
I don't think we've seen Zach's potential yet. I really don't. I don't just because. Look,
I don't know how you unlock it.
Look at Gino.
You got to wait 10 years.
But like, here's the thing: the objective is to unlock his potential on not the Seahawks or another team. The potential should be coming out in the Jets.
And that's where the Florida's got to go, and actually bring an offensive-minded coach that can use Zach Wilson for his potential. It's not. Oh yeah, no. We have a great running back. Let's use him.
Would you guys trade a first-round pick for Geno Smith? Sorry.
No.
You can sign him.
All right. Here was the issue that lied with no one really talks about. You're bringing in all these like rookie coaches and a rookie quarterback to learn. It's never going to work. You need someone with experience. And they never brought anyone like that in, except for one guy who was there, and then they never replaced him.
Yeah, that was Knapp, 100%.
It was.
Yeah.
And that implied the problem.
And the crazy thing is, I actually think that the Jets receiving
it is coaching.
Well,
so look at the Giants. Look at the Giants. Right?
Yeah, Davo came in, kicked the Giants in fucking shape. Show what Daniel Jones could actually be.
I'm getting a Nick Chubb right now.
Paul, let me ask you a question. If you compare the Jets to the Giants, who would you say is the more talented team?
The Jets by far. Like if you compare
coaching, so you see what compare gets out of his players versus what Salah gets out of his.
If you compare the receiving core of the receiving core of Garrett Wilson, right? Elijah Moore, hell, even Denzel Mims against fucking Richie James, Hodgins, fucking Daniel Cody Bellinger, right? The only position player, right? The only position players on offense that you guys would probably prefer, and like let's take Breece Hall out of it because he's a rookie. It's like Saquon and Daniel Jones, right? That's it. That's literally it.
Running back.
I'm sure you guys would like an Andrew Thomas on the O-line too.
You probably have a better offensive line than
us. Offensive line is definitely better.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You guys would probably like an Andrew Thomas, right, as well.
But
I was going to say drafted him instead of Becton, but I forget that you guys drafted like 4th that year, so it wouldn't have been an option. But we definitely should have drafted Tristan Wirfs instead of Becton.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe we would have injured Wirfs, and Becton would be great on the Buckers.
Look at this. Look at this. How many tackles did the Giants lose throughout the season? Not 6, right?
Not 6.
Definitely not.
No. 6. So it was just a revolving door for the whole Jets O-line.
Yeah.
So there was no chemistry built. There was not enough time to even have that happen.
Yeah, it was such a carousel.
It was popping up every position.
For a second, Mo, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little buzzed. I'm like, tackles. I don't know. They played like 17 games. They probably tackle a lot of people, I'd assume.
Well, Evan Neal, I'm pretty sure was there. Like, the whole I mean, not Evan Neal, Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas, I don't think he got hurt all season, did he?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he allowed a sack. Like if he did, it's like 1 or 2. Like, it was basically that first Cowboys game. That first Cowboys game was like kind of close at the beginning, and it wasn't like a blowout, but it was basically like, what's his name? Oh God, I'm like forgetting it. Like the fucking best defensive player on the fucking Cowboys. What's his
Michael Parsons.
Yeah, you said Mekhi. Yeah, Michael Parsons. You said Mekhi Becton, and I'm like, no, it's not that. It's not that man. You just said. He stinks. Michael Parsons. Basically, the way that game.
I want Becton to be an all-pro.
Yeah, dude, he's so sick. I hate to compliment a Cowboy, but yeah, basically that whole game was just like Andrew Thomas was like doing his job, and the whole Cowboys pass rush was just like, all right, so we're just gonna ignore Andrew Thomas and go after the other dudes because Andrew Thomas is that good. But yeah, he's had like a 92 rating, like not really allowing sacks, but we kind of had offensive line issues as well. But the one thing is we had our constant best O linemen like always doing their job, and then the Jets don't have that. So like Mo said, 6 guys, that's the whole line at one point, right? Like
yeah.
The only guys that and Lincoln Tomlinson, who's been playing like shit.
Yeah. Lincoln Tomlinson was the only one who was healthy all year, and he sucked. And then I think McGovern was healthy, and McGovern
was decent. He was decent.
All right.
Brown.
Dwayne Brown, he's a good player.
Dwayne Brown was playing with an injured shoulder all year.
Yeah,
but he's playing. He's still playing,
and he still played.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying playing level. Yeah.
One of the few.
He's playing with one arm.
Yo, are you
Yeah,
kidding?
he was playing
Sorry.
better with one arm than
I won't be surprised if he retires.
I don't know how
Yeah,
you
most
feel, but I feel like next year, AVT and Becton should have a healthy season. They should.
Well, did you see Mekhi Becton? He lost like 50 pounds.
Yeah, I saw that. That motherfucker slimmed down.
Everyone was saying how good he looked and how much weight he was losing this year too, and then he got hurt again. So,
right, but there's a difference now
right
because
now
he
he's a
actually
family.
looks
Money.
more.
He needs
And what
money.
the issue with him is when he got injured was because he was still heavy. Like
Yeah.
now he's at like a decent weight where he can hold it and actually move.
Yeah. Well, he could
So
always.
I don't know how that's something that's
So wait, Mekhi Becton's not bad. It's just injury riddled.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like what the thing is.
Yeah. He was really good when he played. The only year he really played was his rookie year, and he played.
Mhm.
He played
And he was
really
phenomenal.
rookie year, but then
Yeah.
he got
He's
injured
phenomenal.
for the season in the first game of last season.
Yeah.
Then he had another injury like before this season started, so he's missed the last 2 years.
Yeah, I phrased my statement poorly. He doesn't stink. The situation with him stinks compared to like other draft picks. So it's like, you know, it's just unfortunate. Like you necessarily like
but
at a point in time, it's not a bad decision, but I don't know. There has to be like
it kind of is a bad decision though, because I mean, like the warning signs were there, and you know that's something you got to take into account a player's durability when you're drafting them.
No, man, just draft D Milliner. It's fine.
Yeah, that did us real good.
Fucking destroy some furniture at a frat house when you know they announce that it's totally okay. Nothing bad will happen.
Yeah, we need to go back. Those were simpler times, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to bring up. All right, what do you think Joe Douglas's best free agency signings this past year were?
From this
past year. Oh, not what it could. What his
not overall, just this year, this 2022 year.
I don't know. They kind of all sucked.
The only one I could bring up is DJ Reed. That's about it.
Yeah. No, DJ Reed easily the best one. He's all pro. So, but I mean, everyone else kind of sucked. Like, CJ Uzoma and Tyler Conklin were.
The thing is with them is they didn't live up to the potential of what they got paid in their contract.
You know,
so they were underwhelming.
I'm not putting shit on CJ or I'm not putting shit on CJ or Con. No, that's on our fucking
right.
That's on
Lafleur.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you
but CJ was
almost they didn't perform.
CJ was kind of
in the Minnesota game.
CJ wasn't good at blocking with the Bengals.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He wasn't.
But he actually did. Here, like he's like it's kind of like blocking light with him. It's just
I know what the
Whitehead sucked. Tomlinson sucked.
Oh my god, he played.
I know what the opposite of the correct answer is, even though it counts as an extension. Our boy Braxton Berrios.
Yeah, bringing him back was a great idea.
Well, I mean, is it even his fault, or is it just like coaching, like we said? Because, like, you know, I don't think Conklin and CJ are like bad, right? I just think like there were some games where they were the only like receivers who did anything like as tight ends, right? It's just like the whole throwing game, the whole game is just like, out of whack.
The whole offense needs a complete overhaul, which is why I'm fine with firing Lafleur. I just really hope they actually bring in an offensive coordinator that'll coach with some balls. Like,
dude, Garrett Wilson on like the Chiefs would have a 3,000-yard season.
You want to be conservative for the most part, fine, but like you need a coach who's not going to just lay down and die like anytime it's third and long. And you need a coordinator who's not going to get you into so many third and long situations. That's what really fucked us was we would always be running HB draws. It was very Adam Gase-like with Lafleur. We'd always be running HB draws on second and long, and then that turns into third and long. And then they would just like run another HB draw on third and long. They're not even trying to get the first down. They're just trying to get like more room for the punt, basically.
But
pussy ass ball coaches.
Yeah. I hate Lafleur a lot because of his conservativeness, but even more so, look at the weapons the Jets have had. Our receiving core could be top 10 easily. I think it could be top.
We need another receiver, by the way. We should trade for DeAndre Hopkins.
No.
I want the Giants to get him so bad.
I think we could place Corey Davis with the 13th pick in the draft. But we can talk about that after. But I think our biggest issue is the fact that we have so many pieces that we don't design plays. Like we don't have a coordinator that plays chess. He's just like, this is what I want to do, make it work. He's not like, all right.
He's not like, oh, Garrett Wilson first read. If that's not open, go to Corey. If that's not open, go to Braxton down the line. It's more like just like, this is the play. Find something. Find someone.
Yeah, and that's not how you play football. I'm sorry. That's
you gotta especially with a young quarterback, you gotta simplify it more. Like, this is your first read. You're looking at Garrett Wilson first, and then you go to then you can look to Corey Davis, and then you can.
Not only on the quarterback level, on the scheming against defense level.
Yeah, they never. That's the thing about Lafleur. He would never attack an opposing defense's weaknesses. We played
ever.
A lot of these defenses that we played down the stretch, those were not good defenses that we didn't score touchdowns against. Miami, their defense stinks. Detroit and Jacksonville, their defenses aren't very good. Neither is Seattle's defense.
And the Ford's game was the same for every fucking team.
And like those are all teams with like weak run defenses too. And like you never see Lafleur just attack the weaknesses.
That was one thing with Seattle.
That's how you win games.
In the Jacksonville game, they were missing their entire defensive line was hurt, and they did nothing to try and like attack that or
run the goddamn ball, run through these motherfuckers, take advantage.
One play. Like Seattle can't cover tight ends. I don't even think we had one play to a tight end.
Yeah, and then we let like a Madden
his game plan
who was brought to block.
It doesn't matter the quarterback. It doesn't matter anybody. It's stupid. It's stupid. I'm so glad he's gone.
I still don't know why Jeremy.
Justin, you said something though that I want to circle something Justin just said. You were saying cut Corey Davis and draft a receiver at the team to replace him.
Yes, 100%. I think our 13th pick should be a receiver to replace Corey Davis. Corey Davis.
Do you have a receiver in mind? Do you know of anyone?
I don't in mind, but I have been looking at prospects.
If Jackson Smith and Jigba's there, run the card up. But I do think that that 13th pick is going to be an offensive lineman.
Yeah, most likely.
Is any other player or position acceptable, really, given the situation?
No.
What about Anthony Richardson?
I say O-line. No, Anthony Richardson, I don't even think he's going to be in the first round.
You don't think so? I've been seeing him mocked in the first round quite a bit.
Could, but he's going to end up being a developmental quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, so.
Like, if I had to do it, I would. And the 13th pick, I'd still bring in a veteran, and then I'm drafting C.J. Stroud.
No,
that's my dream world. I know it's not going to happen, but I'd have Stroud sit out and then just watch the veteran play for like a year.
I'd be fine with that.
We're not getting Stroud. No way he dropped the.
No, we're not, because Houston's probably going to end up getting him.
Do you think the Bears part ways with Justin Fields and try to upgrade?
No. Stick with Justin Fields. I think
you don't know. You don't know.
Justin Fields is not the problem that team has.
Yeah, he's not the problem.
But also, I think he's very overrated as a quarterback. He's a good runner.
He's overrated because
instead Lamar Jackson was.
He's overrated because people are talking about the run game and shit. That can be stopped by any team.
I have yet to see a impressive Justin Fields throw.
Listen, man. Basically, the Bears were like, "Yo, we love Justin Fields because what if we combined Devin Hester and then also Rex Grossman into one player?"
So
I love that.
Yeah, but Rex Grossman had a good team. The difference with him is his team fucking sucks. And
Yeah.
I see them like the whole thing with him in college was like how good he was at passing. Now he hasn't really showed that playing like the first 2 years.
That's because his team is
Because he never
garbage.
really had the chance.
Yeah, dude.
He's
Free
slower
Darnell
than-
Mooney, 100%.
He had 900 rushing yards.
Yo, they traded
The team is garbage. I'm sorry, it is. It is.
the
team is
Bears
absolute garbage.
essentially
You can't
traded
pass it if people don't get open.
Chase Claypool too, because that pick has ended up being this 32nd pick because Miami's pick got forfeited because of like I don't know whatever dumb shit they were doing with.
If Chicago was smart, they would just trade that pick for like a boatload.
Well, it's not their pick. Well, you're talking about the first pick.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, the pick I'm talking about is now the Steelers pick, the 32nd pick. But yeah, I think that they probably will hold that number one pick ransom, and
They should sell.
They can't because Justin Fields. I don't think Justin Fields is a problem. It's just the team.
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback. I think he's a playmaker, no doubt.
So
But I don't think he really throw.
Who do you think are potential suitors for to take that ransom? Because like the Texans need a quarterback. They're right after. They could potentially wait, and still draft a quarterback. But who's really
Bryce Young? I mean, they'd still have another one, but Bryce Young is like the prize.
Okay, so it might be worth it to flip like first and second.
It could be.
Yeah.
Wait in a second.
Yeah, Lovie Smith really fucked them by winning that game.
Yeah,
I think
is that why he was fired? Not because the Texans were bad, because they weren't bad enough.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Formally, no. Realistically, yes.
I think he knew he was getting fired, and it was like his last "fuck you."
Yeah, that seems to be like what the word on the street is.
Yo, real quick hot take.
I would 100% do the same. Like, yo, we can go for 2 and win the game. Fuck the fucking first draft pick. Yeah, we're doing it.
Real quick take. The combination of Brian Dable and Doug Peterson on the Jaguars, and then like the whole Brian Flores situation, it's like, yo, you either turn a team around in 1 year or you tank for the best player available in the number 1 pick. If you do anything else, you're fucking fired after a year now. That's 2023 on for head coaches.
I think that's just the youth in the Texans.
Works.
He's like Tommy Boy, pretty much.
Right.
That's the owner. Cal McNair is like Tommy Boy.
Oh.
Yeah, everything bad. He's just like fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything bad? Yeah. No.
So can I say something? And I don't want you guys to take it to heart. I don't want you guys to like attack me. I want to be friends with you guys for the rest of my life. Would you entertain
syndrome?
If it's no cost, like if it doesn't damage your future or anything, would you consider trying Baker Mayfield?
Oh no.
Depends who the OC is.
I'd go Zach over.
What?
Well, that's nuts, but
Easy. We've seen what Baker can do under 3 different fucking. Well, actually, under like 5 different offensive coordinators,
including your boy Sean McVay, the innovative genius.
I think Sean McVay can turn any quarterback into an elite quarterback, and he's gonna try it with Baker. If he sticks around,
I heard he might take a break from coaching.
He's gonna take a break
because I feel like he's a perfect fit with Sean McVay.
I'm good on Baker Mayfield.
I think Sean McVay's leaving because of Baker.
He'd be an upgrade from Zach, but I'm good. That's like
I'm good on Baker.
I know that as Jets fans, beggars can't be choosers, and like we can't really. Like we're a weird bunch as Jets fans because we know we need a quarterback. we know that Zach Wilson, is probably the worst quarterback any of us have ever seen. He's right there with Ryan.
No, he's not the worst. He's not the worst.
Would you hate it though if all other contingency plans fell through and it's either Zach or like a 1-year pivot to like your actual future quarterback? Would you hate that decision?
Zach could be the future.
Who, like a veteran or like a draft?
Baker Mayfield specifically, you mean?
Like basically, okay, so you have a situation where you don't get improvement at the quarterback position, and it's really going to be a Zach Wilson, Mike White situation, and Baker's available, and you're like, all right, we need a year to pivot.
I let Zach
bring him in
play and tank Arch Manning. That's what I would do.
Gotcha. But that implies that does imply you think Baker Mayfield might win some games by that sentence.
He might win. Yeah, he might win a couple, but I'm confident that Zach will. I mean, Zach will probably even still win a game or two that fucks us out of Arch Manning. And even if we do get Arch Manning, he'd probably refuse to play for us. If anyone knows how the family works,
I'll take Uncle Rico over Baker Mayfield any day.
Do you mean the actual Uncle Rico or Gardner Minshew?
Both.
Okay.
Man.
But I agree with you there. I'll take Uncle Rico over Mayfield. I'm not taking him over nothing over Zach. I'm still convinced that Zach has not had any NFL level of coaching his entire NFL career. He hasn't had NFL level QB coaching other than that. That's it. He had maybe
that was with him for like 3 months.
That's it. That's all the NFL coaching he's had his entire fucking career.
That's not true.
His entire career. Tell me who else. Tell me who coached him other than that. Give me just one name.
The guy he's with all the season.
The what?
What's his name?
Oh yeah, no. I don't know his name, but yeah, the guy who's coaching off season. Trash.
Right.
Trash.
And then he had had Kavanaugh, and then he's had the one guy they had on the Jets.
I mean,
you mean experience coaching?
I can go coach him. I can do the same thing that they were telling him. I can go watch YouTube videos, be like, yo, Zach, this is what you should do, improve your throws. Mm-hmm. I mean actual coaching, people that can actually Zach has never had that. Zach hasn't had that at BYU. BYU is I'm sorry. I
don't know what coaching.
Hey Zach, real quick. Here's an old school camcorder recording that my mom took of me playing Madden 04 with Michael Vick. Just do that.
That's how you learn. I'm sorry. I don't believe that Zach has showed his entire potential.
All right, I think Zach
might not happen for another 5.
Hold on. I'm gonna look something up real quick, and I'm gonna stir the
for players that are ass.
I'm not a Zach fan. I'm not a Zach fan. If we can get someone better than Zach, I'll take him. But it's not Derek Carr. It's not Jimmy G.
All right, listen, man. Hold on. I'm about to.
Hell no, it's not Sam. Sam.
No. I'm asking you, what coaching? What great coaching has Sam Darnold had?
None.
Okay, and he went from one team to the other. How good does it? Because what's his name was really good at developing quarterbacks too.
All right, so have you guys ever considered?
Rule?
Because
what's his name, dude? That was the head coach for the Panthers.
Rule.
Matt Rule.
Almost.
Yeah,
Matt Rule.
By the way,
but we didn't get it because we wouldn't give him full control.
No. I'm not talking about getting Matt Rule. I'm talking about how has Sam developed under the Jets? Like shit. He goes somewhere else.
Has best team on the Panthers.
By the way,
Darnold has his best games. His best NFL games have been under the Panthers. For Sam Darnold.
Okay. Who developed Baker Mayfield?
Nobody. Fortunately, Baker Mayfield has had to go through like 5 quarterbacks at Cleveland. 5 quarterbacks.
Williams, the truck driver, and Kevin Stefanski.
Wait. So this is just a trend of quarterbacks that don't get developed right. Maybe they just fucking suck.
Thank you.
Maybe they do. Maybe
Right.
they do. Maybe they
Yo, guys,
do.
can I say one name?
Gino, and then look at Gino.
Paul,
Can I
And then
say-
look at Gino.
Can I say one name that is a realistic possibility that everyone's overlooking, and I'm not sure if you'll hate it or love it? Andy Dalton.
Andy.
You telling me that
You're,
what's his name?
yeah.
Cincinnati.
I'll take Jameis Winston before I take Andy Dalton. And
Andy
No,
Dalton
So
has
would
been-
everyone.
Andy Dalton has been consistently himself.
Who's the head coach for Cincinnati? Zach. What's his name?
Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor. They were going to fire him after 1 year with Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Burrow got hurt.
Yeah. Burrow got hurt, and they were considering firing him. And then next year they make the Super Bowl.
They might make it again. I think they will
That's
make
perfectly
it.
fine. That's perfectly fine. That's
So what makes you think it's just the player and not a coach and player combination?
no. I think it's most of the coach right now because he's a rookie. He's still somewhat a rookie.
All right.
He's still a rookie.
Justin, where were all these excuses for Mark Sanchez?
Right?
Oh no. You see, the difference is that Mark Sanchez is a pussy in the pocket.
And Zach
is
I don't think I've seen Zach Wilson throw a pass over 15 to 25 yards in the pocket. It's always been like he has to roll out to throw the ball far.
That's on the O-line. I'm just saying, look, I hated watching Sanchez because you could literally see him scared in the pocket. He'd hike the ball and he'd be scared instantly. He was looking to get rid of the ball as soon as he possibly can. Even
Zach
Brady at fucking 45, 46, I don't know how fucking old he is. He's not that scared of the goddamn pocket. You can't
But like you had Braylon Edwards and
yes, exactly. He had his options. He shouldn't have
Braylon Edwards and who else? Garrett Wilson is
should
better than every Jets receiver combined for the past decade.
Santonio
Garrett
Holmes,
Wilson is like the best.
Jericho Country. I don't know if
Uh,
he's better than all three of those guys combined.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, I mean, you had prime Santonio Holmes basically before he fumbled the football and tore his ACL in the same play, and you were like, "Fucking excellent! Wow, this couldn't have gone any better." And I'm pretty sure you destroyed some furniture in the flat for like the 12th time that year.
Things got destroyed. Yeah, things got destroyed that day. That was a 34-0 loss to the 49ers in week 4 of the 2012.
Yeah.
And that play was literally a microcosm of that whole. Literally, that play is a microcosm of just the entire Jets' existence, where this player suffers this like catastrophic injury, a Liz Frank injury. I haven't even heard of a Liz Frank injury since then, and in the process, like gives up the ball for a touchdown. That is being a Jets fan to a T. Was that play?
Unfortunately, yeah. But
I forgot. I actually did forget about Burnt by Jericho. No disrespect. I do love that man. Good football player.
Yeah, Jericho is a goat. Yeah, I don't know if Garrett's better than all three of those guys combined, but he's definitely the best receiver we've had in our franchise's history already. I mean, he broke 1,000 yards in his rookie year. Other Jets receivers done that.
Yep.
And it's a shame he's not going to win rookie. It's a shame he's probably not going to win rookie of the year because he couldn't catch, because Mike White with broken ribs couldn't throw him the football.
So
He's already running Keyshawn with a shitty quarterbacks.
Yeah, and Keyshawn had PT when he first started out. Or
His first year,
Right.
yeah. He had who? Boomer?
yeah, I think it was Boomer and like maybe Ken O'Brien or some combination of them. And I think Ken O'Brien, started the following season.
I
And then
don't think it was Ken O'Brien.
Glenn Foley, maybe?
Who was
that's
it?
all late 90s.
That was the 96 season.
Well, 96 was the year we went 1-15, and 97 was the year we drafted Keyshawn.
95 we went 1-15. Yeah. No, 90 was it 96?
But 96 we went 1-15 and then drafted.
96 we drafted No, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we went 1-15 to draft, Sean.
No, and it was. I'm sorry, it was 1996.
It was 96, right? Okay, yeah, I thought I was tripping.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I knew we drafted Keyshawn in 96.
and then I think we had a really bad record again in 1996.
Yeah, that's when we went 1-15, and then we hired Bill Parcells.
Yeah, that's right. So,
Yo, let me ask the question this way.
Overall picks is what.
Let me ask the question this way. So obviously, it seems like the unfortunate thing that needs to happen again is that the Jets, need terrible quarterbacking and to tank for like a good quarterback, eventually for the actual future.
Well, not really, because the rest of the roster is pretty in place. Like, yeah, we're not just a quarterback away, but like getting a quarterback would solve a lot of our problems and would make us like legitimate contenders for the playoffs. So I think it's more we need a better.
Well, the way I'm wording it,
we are 1,000% a quarterback away. If we had an elite quarterback right now, we would be in the playoffs.
Do not bring the Denver Broncos energy into this room, Justin. Don't do it.
Just a quarterback away, though. We have other holes.
Look, all right. Here we have 4 holes here. It's quarterback is number 1, obviously. The O-line in general.
Yeah.
The O-line, if healthy, wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, if
healthy, okay.
You see how the fuck it was.
If healthy, and if Laken Tomlinson actually played up to the potential of what he was signed to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he that's one thing. One thing he's good for. He was available.
If our O-line was healthy, Laken Tomlinson could have done exactly what he did this season, and our O-line would have
we had 2 O-linemen available all year. It was Connor McGovern and Laken Tomlinson. That was it. Yeah. Everybody else was rotating left tackle.
Yeah.
Man, listen, so
linebackers and safeties, that's like the other 2 holes.
But here was my question. Who are we going to keep? Who would you keep?
What?
Who would you keep this offseason? Who would you re-sign or cut?
I would cut Jordan Whitehead.
You
would cut Jordan. I would say it's like $7 million.
Quinnen is the first one needs to be paid.
We need to pay Quinnen, and I'm kind of worried that when Joe Douglas was asked about Quinnen, I know it's just lip service in these press conferences, and you can't read into them too much. But it seemed like he didn't seem like it didn't seem like he was like rushing to get a deal done with Quinnen though. From his,
I feel like
Joe Douglas is a trench person. I'm sure he talked to Quinnen before even that press conference. I'm sure he probably told him like
they talked about it last week too. But the thing is with Quinnen, I felt like it was lip service because he didn't want to make the same mistake like he did with Jamal Adams.
Yeah, didn't he even say like, "Oh, I don't want to say Jeff for life anymore" after that shit?
But the only difference with Jamal Adams is he wanted to be traded. Quinnen doesn't. He felt like, all right, if I play good, then I'll want to be compensated.
Yeah, we need to pay Quinnen. It is so important for us to pay Quinnen for a variety of reasons. Not only, obviously his play speaks for itself. What he did this year, he was an All-Pro, best tackle in the league, not named Aaron Donald, and he had a better year than Aaron Donald, and that speaks for itself. So obviously, you pay him based on that, but it's time for the Jets to start a trend of paying their own players that they draft, which they really haven't done in a very long time. Quinnen would be the first. And that's an important trend to start because if players see like, okay, the Jets won a few more games this year, and look, they just paid their All-Pro Quinnen Williams, I think that makes them like a more attractive destination to outsiders. Where
I think Quinnen's the first that deserves to be paid. Jamal Adams deserves to be paid to an extent, but not that he wants to get paid.
I've heard the Outcast talk saying like, okay, he hasn't produced the first 3 years. Well, you probably weren't watching him the first 3 years because he developed and got better every single year. Now it's just
he was always getting double teamed too because there's no help on the fine.
Yeah.
Now he's
He got
he's
help,
on
and then
he's on the
shows
same level as Chris Jones.
Oh,
And
love
Chris
it.
Jones is they're pretty much cut from the same cloth. They play the same way.
I'll say this: you're asking like who to cut, who to keep. I wouldn't cut him, but I would definitely ask CJ Mosley to restructure his contract.
They already did.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
Then maybe
they did.
cut him.
I think they might.
I would cut
leverage his
Nathan Shepard.
contract. I think they might leverage
Yeah,
his contract.
you can cut Nathan Shepard. I have no issues with that. Would you cut Corey Davis?
Yes.
Yes.
How much money would that save? A pretty good amount, right?
Yeah. It would be a good amount because he's been there 2 years now, and he was there for free.
Corey Davis, though, in my opinion,
I should say like 10.
have
10?
to trade for DeAndre Hopkins if you're
I
cutting
think-
Corey Davis.
Yeah.
I think
You have to
I think
interest
putting his
too,
double quiz is
because
going to save like 8.
right now, I think right now, as currently constructed, we still need another wide receiver.
Yeah. We
Yes.
did.
Through the draft.
Because I feel like Elijah Moore, he's still iffy to me.
Yeah, Elijah Moore is who knows? I feel like Elijah Moore might end up getting traded, depending how the season goes. I could see him, especially if we do. I do want Joe Douglas to drop his nuts and trade
Zach.
And if Elijah Moore is involved in that trade, I'm fine.
So I think the problem with getting DeAndre Hopkins is think about I would love for you guys to get him. Personally, I obviously want the Giants to trade for DeAndre. I think the issue is, and this is again kind of you said lip service. Texans, right? DeAndre Hopkins, amazing fucking wide receiver. Texans historically bad. He had Watson for a bit, but that was short lived. And then we got Call of Duty Murray, being like he has a say in the new coach, which is a terrible idea. Mostly hilarious though. Unless you get someone a veteran that DeAndre Hopkins gonna okay, so this offense is gonna run the way an offense should. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think in order to successfully get DeAndre Hopkins onto your football team, you need to have a quarterback that isn't brain damaged.
Yeah, that's
he went to Kyler Murray, man.
I mean, does Derek Carr get that
Yeah.
done?
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. Derek Carr didn't look great with Devontae Adams this year, so I don't know if that would get it done. I don't even know if Lamar would get it done because wide receivers don't really want to play with Lamar because he doesn't really get wide receivers paid.
That's why he don't have any.
Yeah, because they don't want to play with him. That's why Hollywood Brown wanted out of Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
That I wouldn't be surprised, because Hollywood Brown would do
The worst situation, the worst quarterback. So I wouldn't say it worked out for him.
I'm I'm good off that.
But look,
I'll take Jimmy G. Hopefully he stays healthy. If not, Mike.
Still holding true to the fact that Lamar can still be a passing quarterback. Still holding true to it. So I would love him on the Jets. I would too.
I think you got to make that. You got to make the phone calls to try to do everything you can to make it happen. Because I think the Ravens want to franchise tag Lamar Jackson because they just extended Roquan Smith. So there's only one player you could use the franchise tag on, and that would be Lamar. But I think that franchising him would piss him off, and I think that he would maybe sit out and maybe create a situation if they franchise him.
If I was Lamar, I 100% would. 100%. After getting injured,
Lamar, I'm not playing another down until I get a long-term contract. I'm fully there.
I'm good.
He deserves to get paid. He's already has the MVP fucking on his belt. He deserves to get paid. Give the man his money. Don't franchise tag him
Since Paul brought up the Arizona Cardinals and their recent firing of a coach, what do we think about bringing Cliff Sexbury as our offensive coordinator?
Hell no. Hell no. I honestly don't know who I want to be the Jets OC, but definitely not.
Do you think Kingsbury would be better or worse than Mike Lafleur?
Oh,
yes.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Depending on the matchup, yes.
Lafleur was terrible.
Yes.
He really was. I don't think people understand how
He'd
terrible
probably
he
be good
was
for
as
like
an
the first
NFL
6 weeks of the
as-
season. He'd be like lights out, and then he'd go back, and then he would be like Adam Gase for the last 12 games.
He's Adam Gase Jr.
Yeah,
That's what it seems like. You know, we really got mad about hiring Adam Gase, but when you look back on that coaching, all the coaches that year, we kind of lucked out because it was a bad situation, but like it was bad enough that we were able to get out of it quickly because like
quick side note.
Can I interject real quick?
You know, just now Arizona's cutting their losses with Sexbury, and you know the Cowboys are still stuck with Mike McCarthy. Maybe they'll fire him if they fuck up.
He's probably gone.
Can I interject real quick? So when we were talking about the Carolina Panthers, I kind of have some beef with them right now. And I don't know how you guys feel about this, but apparently they requested to interview our offensive coordinator, Mike Lafleur. And I'm just like, yo, piss off. Like, he's been our offensive coordinator for a year. Get your fucking disgusting grubby hands off.
It's a playoff week. You got a game to prepare for. You can't be taking interviews.
Well, they requested to interview him in the off season, and it's just like, yo,
I would
go
still
away.
off.
Well, no, I agree. Say fuck off.
But also,
yeah,
but also like good for him. Like it's a good problem to have if your coaches are getting poached. If you're
yeah, oh yeah.
It's a good problem. I remember when the Jets were hiring Robert Saleh a couple of years ago, people were saying, "Oh, this could be bad because what if his coaches are good and they go somewhere else?" Well, now we're 2 years into it, and Lafleur is fired. Jeff Ulbrich, I assume, is safe because the defense is very good. But I'll be honest, and maybe I should wait for Mo to come back to say this, but I'll be honest, I have a hard time really seeing the regime really surviving. Like I would not like. Let's just keep it a buck. Fast forward a year from now, do you think it's more likely that we're talking about Robert Saleh being fired, or do you think it's more likely that we're talking about him being extended?
I heard you waiting for me to get back.
Yeah, no.
And
I was just gonna say, I don't know if Saleh's regime survives this whole like thing. Like
it
not
depends.
this year, but I feel like they're gonna get fired next year. Is my feeling.
No, but
if they don't make the playoffs,
yeah, which
100% because I
make the playoffs.
our defense will still be. Look, if our defense is still top 5 next year, there's no way Salah didn't contribute to that.
Even if
yo, man, it's like,
I
was
was
thinking about.
Our defense right now.
Here's the reason. I'll tell you why.
What stats you consider?
Here,
could be the best.
I'll tell you why.
In the entire league, but our offense is absolutely atrocious.
I'll tell you why, and it even started since like the end of last season. Robert Saleh does not hold players accountable.
Yeah,
and that already starting off like that, like he doesn't. He makes it seem like everything's okay after every game. He's like, "Oh,
that
this
works.
good.
That works for
this team
defense.
plays well. We got it." No one wants to hear that bullshit.
Hey,
But
Mr.
no.
Zach Wilson, can you talk to your son about that press conference? He needs to not be a pussy in public.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like,
I think that works for defense because on defense you can hold the entire defense accountable for.
I'm not talking about just defense. I'm talking about the whole fucking team.
he's a head coach.
Yes, I know, but that's where we have another head coach that should be a defensive coordinator.
Right. Yeah, but still, you're gonna have a head coach that had some specialty in defense or offense.
You see, that's the problem. That's the fucking problem. Our head coach needs to understand both sides of the field equally. We need someone like Sean.
That's why I was saying, Zach, before when you Zach Wilson
we need a head coach that can see the entire fucking field.
Yeah, but usually that's how successful head coaches work. Yes.
Unfortunately, but not all head coaches. I'm talking about
how. Like, what does Saleh do? Tell me, what does Saleh do during the game? What does he do?
He hypes the defense.
He has a
during the
shiny
game,
ass head.
he hypes up our. If you see him on the sideline, he's right there with the defense. He's right there keeping us in the game because he knows our defense is key to keep us in the game because we're not going to score. So he's there making sure our defense is playing 100%.
Right.
100%. The offense.
He has
He's
two
like,
more wins.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let's get a point.
I don't think
Let's
he
get
talks to the offense at all. I think he just defers everything to Lafleur.
And LaFleur's up in the box.
Ever see him
LaFleur's
holding players accountable during the game? You never see it, right?
No, I mean, you see players commit dumb penalties and they don't even sit out a play.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's his weakness.
Yeah, man. Like Rex Ryan was defensive minded and not offensive minded, but at least when someone fucked up, he would rip his head off and throw it into the ground during a preseason game.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was
when we start getting comfortable.
I lost this shit.
You watch the Giants games, right? Just as an example, you see how Debo coaches. He's yelling the fuck out of players on the sideline. He doesn't care.
But Dabo is still also a player's coach. Dabo is still
exactly. He knows how to do both.
Yeah, because Kayvon Thibodeau can do snow angels next to Nick Foles' dead body.
Yeah,
and like but like if he actually committed a penalty, Dabo would do something to hold him accountable too.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, dude. Like everyone loves him, but like when they were fucking up, I think it was during the Lions game. He was doing the Tom Coughlin. Like his entire face was the color of the red on the Giants jacket, and he was screaming in their faces like, "Hey, don't be a fucking dumbass." And you know what? They don't hold it. They don't hold it against him because it's like, hey, I praise you when you're doing well. I'm telling you, you're a dumbass when you're a dumbass, and that's how it should. It's simple, but it's not at the same time,
And one thing I feel
has that respect, but he doesn't own it. He doesn't.
No. He's the one that takes the blame.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he'll always take the fall for his players.
He'll take the blame.
Right.
Yeah, but he takes the blame on the sideline too. No. That's when you got to rip your fucking team apart. Like, get into them. Put some fire behind the fucking ass.
He's only fiery. Salah's only fiery when it's like positive emotion. Like he'll get fired up after the play, but if someone fucks up or the ref makes a bad call, you don't see anything.
There's no repercussion.
That's where you get McVay, short ass McVay, yelling at a 6'8" motherfucker. Like, yo, you better get your fucking ass in the game.
Yeah, just yelling at someone who could easily.
I expect to fucking play.
So and this brings to my point. There's no balance. There's no balance with his coaching.
Would you guys give up the first round pick for Sean Payton?
Yes, I would.
Yes, absolutely.
In a heartbeat, I would. Wouldn't think twice.
This draft would be worth it. This is draft that'd be worth it, but I don't.
At this point, with the roster like being like good, but just missing a few pieces, and like head coach and like that regime being part of it, I think it's a reasonable statement.
I think it could be.
I think I don't know if Zach Wilson's fixable, but if there's one person that can fix him, Sean Payton is probably one of the people.
And if there's one person who can be like, "Hey, Zach, you suck," it's also him.
If I was Woody,
I also trust him to find a diamond in the rough, like in the later rounds. Because I mean, if you're getting Sean Payton, you're likely, maybe Joe Douglas stays around, but his job probably becomes obsolete as GM because Sean Payton would want full control. I would still do it though.
Yeah,
I love Joe Douglas.
If I was Woody, I would give a first round pick to have Sean Payton be the OC.
I'm pretty sure Woody was the one who wanted Mike Lafleur fired.
Yeah, I think it was because like all the rumors were that Woody was pissed about the way he wanted somebody out.
I think he wanted the whole offense gone.
Yeah, he probably. Honestly, I wonder if it came to a situation where like Saleh didn't want to fire him because that's like his best friend's brother and all that. And I wonder if it came to a situation where Woody was like, okay, if you don't fire him, I fire you.
Right.
I don't that far, but he definitely advocated for him. But he shouldn't have because it's
I wonder if Woody needed to be talked off the ledge as far as like going nuclear and firing Saleh, because I don't know. Like there was that rumor, and it would have been stupid to fire Saleh unless you were bringing in a Sean Payton or something like that.
Yo, I'm all for bringing Sean Payton as an OC. I'd give up a first round draft pick, but Sean Payton he controls the entire offense.
He wants to be a head coach.
Yeah, Sean Payton coming back to the NFL
100%, but I don't think the right thing would be to demote Salah at this point.
He would accept the demotion.
He bought himself another year, and he's going to be here for one
more year.
And there will be another playoff mandate. Well, there will be a playoff mandate.
There will be a playoff mandate. There will be a first playoff mandate, maybe ever in this franchise's history. I don't know if we've ever had a playoff mandate in our history.
You know what's kind of crazy though?
Do you think Douglas is on the same 1 year leash as Saleh? I think they're tied at the hip together.
No. I think Douglas has proven that he should be GM for years to come
until he dies.
Let me play devil's advocate here, because I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit, because yes, this 2022 draft class was great, and I know one of the subjects on our podcast schedule thing that we did behind the scenes is to grade the 22 draft class. But outside of that, his other draft classes have not aged well. 2020, you really didn't get anybody out of 2020.
That was his first. That was his first, man.
It was his first, and it was Gase, but it was still his draft. 2020,
he was drafting towards what
I understand
might work.
I understand that, but I understand that, but he still didn't draft good players. What, like, do you think Denzel Mims would be better in a different scheme? I don't know.
Patriots number one wide receiver, Denzel Mims.
Denzel Mims puts up 1,000 yards, and we're just like, shit.
But playing devil's advocate, 2020 really doesn't look good anymore. You really didn't get anybody out of that. Maybe Becton bounces back, but to this point, it hasn't looked good with him. I mean, even the 2021 draft class, which we all thought very highly of, now that's not looking great either. Zach Wilson was a historical bust at the quarterback position. Really the biggest.
I'm not a bust yet. He's not a bust yet.
ABT is probably the best player he drafted in 2020.
ABT was ABT was good. Elijah Moore's iffy, like we said, and Michael Carter's pretty iffy too. So aside from this 2022 draft classes, his other drafts have kind of been misses. So I think that they're both tied at the hip with this 1 year playoff mandate, and Joe Douglas needs to absolutely murder this offseason again. I think he still needs to prove himself.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that you have a number one wide receiver and a number one running back kind of saves his ass. And
a number one, and the best corner in football.
Yeah,
I'm not saying go nuclear.
And Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, I'm just saying that Douglas's body of work as a whole is kind of overrated by us as fans. Jets fans in general, some Jets fans want to build a statue of Joe Douglas, and maybe we get there one day. I'm just not at the build a statue stage with him just yet. That's all I'm saying.
The way it seems,
he has right now 3 drafts where he had one that killed it. One, he fucking hit on everything. Another one, he hit half, and it could be more than half.
It could very well only be one good player.
The thing is, the decisions in the draft seemed reasonable when they were happening.
You got to look at it as every other team's draft. Most teams don't pan out.
No, I know.
Most teams' draft picks, they get 1 or 2 that really end up being.
Yeah. 1 or 2 is if you get 2 or 3 good players, that's we would. I think if we would have gotten 2 or 3 starters out of this past draft, we would have all said that's a home run, and we got more.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and the draft before that, Becton still could be up there.
That's a big if, though. Like I'm not banking on it, and I don't
Yeah,
think
no,
anybody.
not banking on it. Not banking on it. It's just a possibility. Just a possibility. That's still not bad for your first.
Who would be the 3 out of that draft class?
Which draft class?
No. I'm talking about his 3 draft class in general.
Oh,
Like if you talk about any other general manager, their 3 draft picks, they're looking for 3 all-stars in general. We got 3 and 1, and
I mean,
possibly nothing.
yeah.
That's not bad out of 3 draft picks.
Well, look at it this way: we had 3 first
Out
round
of 3
picks.
draft years, rather.
Well, last year we had 3
Yeah.
first round picks. I mean, you can't like it's.
Well, he nailed
can't-
that because like Sauce, Wilson, and Jermaine, like you could not have actually done better, in my opinion. Really, like with where the Jets were drafting. I think the issue. I think the issue is like the Jets were in such like a shitty position the past decade that each one of those draft classes felt like progress, and then you're like, oh yeah, Joe Douglas, he's doing great. But then you see this draft
Better
class,
than what we had before.
and you look back, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
so the past few years weren't as good as we thought we are because this is what we did this season, and it's like it's all relative, like based on the time
exactly.
those decisions were made.
Because
Like,
And that's-
But
coming off
you know what's nuts to me though.
you're gonna
Unfortunately,
expect, okay.
Yeah.
Looks
You know what's absolutely nuts to me? I remember, I forget which one of you guys said it last year, and I think it might have been all of you. It's like the Jets need to be in the hunt graphic like at the end of the year
that
for
was
progress. However, the way it like
Got there.
played out, the way the roller coaster went makes it more depressing, right? Like you guys would be ecstatic.
It's
like
about
about
the journey, not the destination.
well.
Yeah.
This is
We were
because
when you're
before-
7-4, the goal changes. You're 7-4.
Yeah.
All you need to do is split those games, and you're sitting comfortably in the playoffs. And you can't win a single one of those games. That's when the conversation shifts and the narrative shifts to
If you kept playing back, it's not the
lack of a sense of direction with this franchise.
There's the whole thing was the defense played ahead of expectations,
Yeah, they were ahead of
Yeah.
schedule.
and they.
But no. I don't think I had a schedule because I thought we were a top 5 defense this fucking season, and we are. I don't think we're ahead of schedule.
Credit to you, Justin. You were right.
I
Because
don't think we're ahead of schedule.
But we were
that was
the
the point.
32nd defense in the league last year. Like I think like they were probably expecting like, okay, we'll get to like the mid-teens for defense.
Yeah, you see Jonathan Taylor score 4 tutties on you, and you're like, yeah, this is a work in progress.
Yeah. They literally had the worst defense in the league last year.
You
100%.
believe that we would go from the worst?
Yo, it is
Yes.
the New York Jets.
You had
fault.
me in recording saying this because I honestly thought Salah's gonna build a fire behind him only because of how every single defensive player who's worked with Salah has hyped him up. Every single defensive player is like, yeah, no, that's the coach I want to play for. So I was like, yes, no.
Yeah, I thought we were
It's
going
going
to
to be up there because of what we have around. 100%. And then we got sauce. And then we got sauce. That just made it so much better.
And as the season went on, no one thought that this was going to be a playoff team. That it was going to be a 7-8 win team, and it would have shown progress, especially like if Zach Wilson was playing quarterback the whole time. So you would see some improvement.
And
you didn't.
Yeah,
right.
You saw
now the season went on, you got the fast start because the season, like if you looked at the schedule, it looked like it was going to be a tougher start than the last end of it.
The back 9 was supposed to be where it softened up. Remember, people like
now
and we were going to go 0-9 or 1-8.
That's where my hot take is where
that
he should have been allowed to play, and he probably would have developed a lot better. But
that reversed, and now it looked like the back 9 was the harder. part of the schedule.
The crazy part is
we just beaten the Bills, and then
I think Zach got a win over the Vikings. I think Zach could have brought us to win there.
no. Listen, the crazy. I'm glad you mentioned that, Justin.
We were down 20-3 in that game. You think Zach Wilson would have led us to a comeback down 20-3?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Honestly, the game would have been more of a blowout because the defense would have gotten tired faster. It would have been like 35-3 if Zach Wilson played. No way. Wilson would have led it.
The past game, the game, honestly, is the pass that continuously demolishes fucking confidence.
I think Zach Wilson's best game this year was against Buffalo.
I think his best game was against Miami, and the two drives.
That was against the third.
Wilson's best stretch of football was the last quarter of the Pittsburgh game, and then that Miami game, and then that Green Bay game. He kind of sucked, but he didn't turn the ball over, so it was okay.
And the pass game happened, right?
But I think he looked good at that moment.
Again, and he failed because Bill Belichick is one of the coaches, one of the only to ever make.
Dude, that's the crazy part to me. An above average, actually not even above average. An average quarterback would have won both the New England games. An average quarterback would have won the Vikings game, and an average quarterback would have fucking blown out the Dolphins. It would have been a
average quarterback play in the Vikings. Mike White was pretty average in the Vikings game. If we would have gotten a better start, we would have won the Vikings game. And I think if the other game, there were definitely winnable games down the stretch that we just kind of pissed away due to bad quarterback play. I mean,
that gets benched off of facing Bill Belichick.
Well, it wasn't even that got him benched. It really was the fact that when they asked him
he couldn't produce, but that's. Look,
when they asked him about letting the defense down and he said no, that's what got him benched was his comment. If he didn't,
I understand that.
That was a move at the time. That was a move to save the locker room.
Save the fucking Bears week. You put him against the Bears and you let him fucking show what kind
That's why I think it was like a locker room saving type of move because the Bears would have been the perfect team for Zach Wilson to just bounce back against the following week. They benched him because of what he said.
See, that's bullshit.
Do you think Zach would have won that game?
Sal would have lost the locker room if he put him out there. He might have even lost the locker room at that point, but he would have absolutely lost the locker room if he put Zach Wilson back out there.
Do you think Zach Wilson would have been able to beat the Bears, as weird of a question as that is?
Sure. He was able to beat the Steelers, and absolutely could beat the Bears.
I disagree with you all in this aspect. He lost the locker room there. That's on the media. Fuck out of here. That's on Salah to be like.
The media didn't said no. I didn't do anything wrong though.
Well, the media is.
He said
that. I think part of the reality is the media surrounding the Jets is extremely toxic, and they're looking. The media is looking to tear these people down. So
but my locker room. But
I don't know if the Jets beat is toxic, Paul, but the Jets beat is extremely toxic, and it's like a pretty they'll set you up. Like I guarantee that Connor Hughes was setting Zach Wilson up. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna give him an easy layup right now, but I know that he's pissed, and I know he hates me because I'm a fucking asshole. So I'm gonna give him this easy layup of a question, and it's gonna cost him his job."
But that's where the coach comes in. That's where the coach comes in.
Stand up there at the podium with him and tell him what to say. What are you talking about?
No. The coach makes sure. The coach makes sure in the locker room. The coach makes sure, he's a fucking idiot.
See,
that's not what he did.
All right,
that's what he did when he benched him.
That's where the coach comes in. The coach has to translate. The coach has to translate for the fucking team. The coach should be the final voice for the team.
The coach is not the media. Fucking difference.
What message would it send as a coach if you, as the coach, said after Zach Wilson completes 7 passes for 70 yards, you average 2 feet of offense, in the second half against the Patriots, 2 feet of offense per play or whatever it was. It was like 2 inches of offense per play. What message?
I'd be honest. Mike Lafleur
makes no accountability, and then you put it back out there. What message does that send to your locker room? That is how you
Mike
the locker room.
Lafleur cannot get past Bill Belichick defense once the entire season.
Look,
Get
here.
Mo, is this the Connor Hughes effect? Truly.
Connor
Hughes has us all yelling at the clouds.
Here, Justin.
Bill Belichick coached the shit
all right,
out of that game.
Listen. Remember the second game that Zach played against the Patriots? What was his comment after the game? It was real windy, guys. And now you want to play him in the rain while the players. You heard Garrett Wilson, right? You heard Garrett Wilson. He basically said Zach Wilson fucking sucks in the post conference. You think the coach is going to fix that?
Yeah, he was saying how in preseason, he was saying how Joe Flacco throws a better ball.
Now, yeah.
39-year-old.
Wait.
That's
field,
Joe Flacco. Not true. Joe Flacco's trash.
Wait. Now, during the Chicago game, right? The Chicago game, they get excited. They have a new quarterback. They all rally around Mike White. They're not going to play the same way if Zach Wilson was playing.
No way.
Because they know how he plays all that.
They would have won like 17-10 instead of 31-10.
Yes.
No, I think we would have won the game under Zach.
You think he would have put up 31 points and thrown for 300 yards?
I think that Houston Texans should hire you.
Zach showed one good,
and then they can fire him after a year and prove how great they really are.
One good drive, the team would have got behind him.
You guys want
Davis
Webb
behind him before the Pats game. Before the Pats game, the team was behind him.
You know what? Justin's really confident.
We don't need to
whole Eskimo hoodie.
We don't need to argue about what would have happened in week.
You're right. Look, if Zach Wilson ends up doing well for any other team, we'll just dial back his footage.
All right, Jimmy Clausen Jr. Take that how you want it.
Now that's a name I have not heard in a long time. What else there is on our list of stuff to discuss, or should we just do picks?
I was gonna talk about off-season acquisitions. We could do that shit later in the year. Let's just talk about playoffs now.
Yeah, let's just do the picks in the playoffs. So, Paul, before we get into the picks, Paul, we'll go to you, our Giants correspondent. So you got
the Giants taking it.
Congratulations. You got a rematch now with the Vikings in Minnesota. I think you guys can win this game personally. What do you think?
They can. I don't know if they
So
will.
I mean, Justin's kind of right. It's not a given. Like we said, it's Brian Daboll showing players how to wear their nuts out with pride, be like, hey man, like, we might not be the most talented team, but this is how we can win a football game. Really happy with like how Daniel Jones has, chilled with the turnovers. He looks like he can make it happen. The real problem is like, they have Justin Jefferson. We have whoever decides to show up. Like it could be Richie James. It could be Hodgins. It could be Daniel Cody Bellinger, whoever's going to be the top receiver in that game. However, I do like to think that a, hyped up new, like, first time since that fucking boat picture, I think that we can win by one score. I think we can win 27-24 because the flip of the last score, basically, because let's think about the Minnesota Vikings historically as a playoff team. No further explanation.
Yeah,
Garbage.
I wait till later in the playoffs to choke. I'll give them that at least.
Don't take
What
it
time is
offensively.
it? 4:30 game, right? 4:30 Sunday.
Like they've won games by like 3 points. Most of them.
So it's going to be getting dark out towards the second half. So look for Kirk Cousins to get out to a really fast start and have a monumental collapse in the second half when it gets dark out.
Yeah.
I know he's playing indoors and it shouldn't matter, but there are windows, so he knows when it's dark out. He knows when it's prime time.
Look for the Giants. Look for the Giants to come back after the sun goes down, and Kayvon Thibodeau will do a Halo 2 teabag to Kirk Cousins, and everyone will complain about it on Twitter.
The Giants are probably the least talented team in the entire playoffs, but this is a game I want them to win, and I can definitely see them winning. 100%.
I agree.
Vikings.
Yeah. Just honestly, I think like Justin Jefferson is going to get his wide open passes. He's going to have 100 or so yards. He's going to have his touchdown. Do not let Dalvin Cook run all over you. That's it.
Yes.
That's just literally what you need to do.
You also got to keep T.J. Hawkinson in check. He had 2 tutties against you the last game.
Yeah, he really he was just like, yo, I'm gonna he really fucked us. And I think a lot of that is because we were concentrating on whatchamacallit, Jefferson. The other thing is Osborne's actually pretty good as a secondary receiver.
Yeah, pretty solid.
So, I do think that that stretch of that Texans game, that Lions game, the Giants injuries piled up, but we're way healthier than that point in time, thankfully. So I think it should be good. It should be a good game. I'm going to pick the Giants to flip the score. Like I said earlier, 27-24.
All right. I will also pick the Giants to win. And I guess we could just do picks and just start with the Giants.
Real quick, by the way, Giants, Kenny Golladay, first touchdown ever. Congratulations, dude.
Yeah. Do you see him doing anything in the postseason?
I think we might be going Giants across.
There's a scenario where it's my personal dream, I would give up my entire life savings for this. The Giants go on one of their fucking insane runs, which I don't think will happen, right? I don't think I think at this point in the playoffs, the pure talent of all the other teams will overwhelm us after the first round. Dude,
probably the Eagles next, and unless the Niners can unless the Niners have an epic collapse, or the Seahawks, Geno Smith pulls some Houdini shit against the Niners defense.
Yeah,
it's that rookie.
I have this unrealistic scenario where I just dream of the Giants facing the Cowboys and Kenny Golladay scores a touchdown against them to win the game, and I basically fucking show Mueller my entire ass. But a man can dream.
Yeah.
To answer the actual question, no, I don't think he'll do shit.
You deserve that reality, too. But maybe someone else will do it, and you can still show him your ass and balls.
Yeah. Well, let's go. Let's go, Brian. The balls.
All right. Next game, I have the Seahawks 49ers.
Abel's the next is
I'm not going in any order, by the way. I just listed everything.
All right. Well, I'm picking for Seahawks Niners, and I am picking the Giants, just so that's on record. 31-28.
Scores too.
Yeah, we could do scores for the Giants at least.
Be right back. Hold on 1 second.
27-24.
Yeah, reversal of last time they played each other.
Okay. Damn. I'm gonna say 28-20. I'm gonna say 28-24.
Giants.
Yeah.
So
the whole podcast is picking the Giants.
No, I'm not. And it's not going to be. It's going to be another bullshit Vikings win late in the game.
Oh,
It could be a bullshit Percy Harving touchdown for fucking 50 yards. Nah, it could be a simple field goal, and that's how they end up winning.
I was about to say we should do a squad ride.
No, 31-28.
31.
Yeah, that's my score. Son of a
Oh, you said
bitch.
31-28?
Yeah, except I got the Giants winning. So yeah, fuck. You can pick the same score. I don't care.
Yeah, that was,
All right,
I
ready?
think it's better score under 30.
But everyone will remember you as the person on this podcast who couldn't think for themselves.
Yeah. The guy with the snuggie on, whatever the hell it's called, your Eskimo suit. Seahawks, 49ers.
Don't knock the company.
I'm taking the Niners, and I'll take the points to Niners cover. See, it's a 9.5 point spread. Niners
9.5. Shit.
Purdy is a fucking animal. I'm taking him too. What's the spread? 9.5.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! No, I don't think I'm taking this. I don't think I'm taking the spread.
Wait, 9.5. I mean, Niners for who?
Yeah, Niners are favored by 9.5.
All right, I got the spread.
I'll take the alternate score. I think the Niners will win by 14 points. I think it'll be
So you're saying take the alternate 13.5 spread.
The Seahawks are going to be dogs this game. I can't see.
Yeah,
blown out.
I think the Niners are just in overwhelming position with like Brock Purdy. Their quarterback is all right. Let's say Geno and Purdy even out. Everything else is better for the Niners. Defense, Christian McCaffrey.
Oh yeah.
Offense.
But I think the beat them by 9.5.
With
Purdy can't
he's got everything open to him.
That's
he's like Nick Foles in the Eagles business.
Too high.
Michael Crabtree revenge tour.
Comes out of retirement and does another hold my dick, and the Seahawks win miraculously.
Are you saying Kemba Walker is gonna win the game for the Seahawks / Dallas Mavericks / New York Knicks / whatever team he's on?
Yeah, Kemba Walker is gonna Kemba walk.
I'm taking the spread too.
Yeah, Niners win.
Yeah, I only say that because when I was like looking like at fantasy this year, I was like, oh man, Kenneth Walker, that's almost like Kemba Walker. I should draft him, and I should have gone by that stupid ass logic because it would have worked out.
Yeah, he's probably gonna win Rookie of the Year.
He should. He's very good.
It's all Mike White's broken ribs fault because basically Rookie of the Year.
Is everyone taking the 9.5 spread?
What?
Is everyone expecting them to win by 9.5?
Yeah,
I expect.
I think
Yeah.
I think that's pretty.
Paul, do you have a score?
You want to score? I'll score.
No. I don't care about.
No, Paul. What was yours? Did you pick a score or did you take?
No.
It's
I was curious if y'all are agreeing that they're gonna win by 9.5.
It's gonna be 31-17.
I'll say 40. I'll say 41-17.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was gonna say 38-20.
Geno at all? Like,
I love Geno. The 49ers are just. The 49ers are just.
No, the Niners are great. 100%. I understand that. 9.5. Okay.
All right. Justin. Paul, what did you say again? 41.
31-17.
31-17.
I don't believe it. Just see how this.
Clearly, you're taking the Seahawks.
No. Niners gonna win. This is not by 9.5.
So you take Niners to win, Seahawks plus 9.5.
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, Justin, want to do a gentleman's bet? $20. $20.
That too.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, $20. $20. Minus 9.5. You got them plus 9.5.
Me too. I'll pick that bet.
All right, wait. People, it's $5 each then.
No, do 10
on 20.
28. I do 5. 10 each.
10 each. I'll do that.
All right.
10 each. 9.5.
Yeah. I'll take that easy.
I honestly don't think Geno's going to dial down like that.
Next game, Bucks Cowboys.
I'm taking the Bucks.
You're taking the Bucks.
Yeah.
Brady hasn't lost to Cowboys ever. He's 7-0.
Yeah, but the Cowboys are also trash.
They're actually not. They just like they
I
come
just-
down to earth when like they face a good team.
But I feel like the Cowboys are gonna win.
No,
Not by much though.
no, they're nothing that bad.
They're gonna get lucky. I can see it happening.
So what are the refs gonna do? Tom Brady versus the Cowboys first round of the playoffs. Like who's gonna?
Yeah,
They can't create.
it's gonna be a Dick Garland festival, but no, they'll make sure Brady wins. It's Brady's at home, so they'll give the Bucks a little bit of home cooking.
Mr. Jones, you're gonna have to up the ante in our direct deposit because this is Tom Brady we're talking about. Where everyone's watching, dude. Like, what do you mean?
Oh, crap! Hey, they were up more than Jerry because Kraft's not. He's not in the.
What's the spread? 3?
Yeah, for the Bucks game.
Yeah,
Cowboys are 2.5-point favorites.
they are. All right, I'm gonna take the spread.
Take the spread.
Yeah,
22-15.
Take the Bucks on everything.
Bucks 22-15.
Yeah.
Okay. Hecker.
If I'm giving a score, Bucks 24, Cowboys 10.
I like that. That's pretty sick.
Thanks. Okay, Justin. I know you're taking the Bucks too.
Yeah, the Bucks gonna win it. It's actually gonna fuck up. I guarantee.
Money line.
The over underscore.
Field 1.
All right, I'm gonna give the Bucks a measly 20-17.
All right. Ooh. All right. I guess that I'm the only Cowboys picker here. All right. Next game, Bengals Ravens. Lamar Jackson is not playing. Justin.
Is he confirmed out?
Well, they confirmed the
It's
starter.
not confirmed yet. It's not confirmed. You don't know he's playing.
I thought it was. I thought they named it. Well, they named the starter for now.
For now.
It's gonna be it's gonna be Anthony Brown, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm mad because I drew picks at work and it was 14
Saying
people. There was a team that I got fucking Baltimore. God damn it.
All reports are saying it's not looking good for him to play.
Yeah, and my girl got fucking the Bengals. Fuck.
I wouldn't be shocked if he,
Big Joe.
tries though.
Okay, so do you think that if Lamar is borderline, it's like 50-50, he would willingly play considering all the shit that's happening?
No, I think he should just sit out anyways.
I think it'd be smarter to sit out. But he might.
Like, if it's about his career, yes. Now, if he wants to go win a Super Bowl, play. You play any.
Like, bro, you want me to play? You can give me that extension right now. I'm not gonna risk my knee to fucking.
Yeah, he's got to save himself. He should save himself for the New York.
They could honestly be like, yo, we'll give you an extension based off of your playoff play. You could do that.
He's not gonna accept that. In writing.
Yeah, in writing, yo, accept it based
Considering
off
his
of
track
playoff
record,
play.
playoffs
And then if it doesn't happen, if the team fails, move on. That's it. Contract
doesn't help if his leg is like in two different places on the side of the field.
Hey man, it is what it is. If he's capable of playing, he can play. But he wants a contract. He wants a guaranteed contract.
Taking the Bengals.
If he can get on writing that he'll get the contract he wants,
27-10.
I would take it.
Hecker, I know you're taking the Bengals. The Bungles.
The Cincinnati Bungles will win 33-14.
Damn.
You give him
Justin taking the Ravens. Obvious.
Is that 14 after they sit their starters?
You're asking too many questions you don't want the answer for.
any point in the game. But since you're asking, I'll say they score one early. They'll get one early tutty. Then the Bengals will black them out. And then they'll get one garbage time tutty late.
I was thinking of something kind of similar, except I think that like Lamar's not going to play, and that the Bengals will win 34-6. Garbage time tutty for the Ravens. 2-point conversion fails.
Nice.
This is going to be the worst game to watch.
You said 34-6. Jesus.
The Bengals going to fucking whoop their ass. There's no point in watching this fucking playoff game.
No.
To win.
So
Score doesn't matter.
Sunday night game, so you will watch it anyway, and you will like it, and it'll probably end up being the best game because we're all talking about how bad it's going to be.
I'm basing off Lamar not playing, so that's subject to change, I guess.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'm going to I'm going to assume that Lamar is not going to play.
Yeah, so it's the worst playoff game to watch. It's easy to bet off of. If the Ravens are favored, yeah, everybody bet for the Bengals.
Well, the Ravens are not favored because Vegas is smart enough to know that is not the case.
We can't even rig this to like be reasonable.
Yeah, the spread is in favor of Cincy. I got burnt. The spread for the game last week was 11.5 in favor of Cincy, and I got burnt on a same game parlay plus on FanDuel. I had every leg hit except for Bengals minus 11.5, and they only won by 11.
Oh, that hurts.
That does hurt. But you know what? I will still take the Bengals minus 8.5 this week. I am ready to get hurt again.
God damn.
all right.
God damn.
Listen, you still don't know your score.
Oh, the score for this game?
No, the fucking Jets game.
I feel like it might be a tie this week, you know?
I actually think the Jets have a pretty good chance to end this losing. Well, the Vikings, we should have beat the Vikings last time. What are you talking about?
I'll give the Ravens 13. And they'll be beat easily. So 24-13.
Okay. Jags Chargers.
I think this will actually be the best game.
I'll take it, Jackson.
This is going to be the most
Jags.
exciting game of Wild Card Weekend. 100%.
This will probably be the most entertaining game, but give me Jacksonville winning and San Diego choking like they always do.
Yeah.
I
Jags
think 2017.
Jags 24, Chargers 19.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Trevor Lawrence, who looks like he plays for a thrash metal band, to win 34-28, beating Justin Herbert, who looks like he plays in a metalcore band.
Looks like he plays in the
Everyone's
Disney
acting
band.
I don't know, man. It's like the Chargers have been an anomaly where on paper they should be super good every year, and then something just doesn't happen.
They get all these injuries.
San Diego Supercharged.
Mike White, Keenan Allen, Austin.
They get all these people at a home game that aren't their fans.
Yo, how many this will be interesting because this is like the battle of fanless teams. So like, I wonder if it's gonna be like a Jacksonville crowd or like a San Diego crowd, or if it's just gonna be like neutral. It'll probably just be a bunch of Cowboys fans who couldn't afford tickets to the real game.
I mean, do you think fucking all these Jacksonville people are gonna go to liberal California to go to San Diego? I don't think so.
The game's in Jacksonville.
It's in Jacksonville.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You know, either way, I have like 6 fans.
I was looking at their records, forgetting that that's not how it works because I'm a little hammered right now.
All the liberal people will go to Jacksonville.
No, definitely not. No, I saw that the Chargers were 10-7 and Jacksonville was 9-8, but I forgot about the whole fucking playoff seeding. You know the part that actually matters.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, fuck it. It's in Jacksonville. It'll just be a bunch of Yankee fans and Red Sox fans will all fight each other.
It's to the game they wanted to go to.
Oh man,
The city that they wanted to be in.
but yeah, I'm with Jacksonville all the way. Doug Peterson's really good at his job.
Now let me clarify. I want San Diego to win. As a Jets fan, seeing the Jaguars do well with Trevor Lawrence makes me fucking sick. And I want the Chargers to win this game so badly, but they're not going to.
Yeah. I don't see it happening. All right, Justin, what's your score?
I was all for Jacksonville. All for Jacksonville, 100%. Trevor Lawrence is looking like a possible elite quarterback in the future.
He looks good right now, too.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. He does.
I'd say that's
Must be nice.
We look at Justin Herbert.
I hate Braden Man. I hate him. I hate you, Braden Man. I hate you so much. It's his fault.
I'm gonna do what I didn't want to do. I'm not gonna choose. I'm gonna choose Jacksonville. I think the Chargers pull this shit out their ass.
You think?
Yeah, only because of the vets. That's the only reason I'm gonna give, because of the vets and the Chargers, and 0 on the Jags.
Do you think?
I think the Jags are definitely capable of winning this game, but it's gonna come down to the last quarter.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a one-score game. I think it'll be the best game of this wild card weekend.
Definitely.
Besides the game the Giants win, unbiasedly.
Win it.
When you finish your score, I'll come back from taking a piss. Let me know.
You take a shit.
My score.
By the way, I just want to point out that for the season, Justin Herbert has completed 477 passes out of 699 passes. Nice. Although, dude, it's actually kind of crazy. So let me say this: Justin Herbert, 4,739 yards, 25 tutties, 10 interceptions. Trevor Lawrence, 4,113 yards, 25 tutties, 8 interceptions. So this is gonna be good, man.
Yeah. No, this is a good
They're
game.
like neck and neck.
It's in a good time slot too. It's a great.
Very good shit.
It should honestly probably be the Sunday night game. Over.
I agree.
But I mean, I think the most prime real estate is the Monday night game, which is of course why they put Cowboys and fucking Brady there. But I think the 4:30 game on Saturday should have been the Dolphins-Bills, but really I only say that because we now know that it's going to be Skylar Thompson starting.
It's going to be a fucking massacre, dude.
Yeah, I got Bills 52, Dolphins 0.
You know what?
Could you imagine the Bills lose that game? Like,
could you guys as Jets fans even enjoy that though?
If the Bills,
I know, I would enjoy it.
I want the Bills to win this game.
Yeah, I want the Bills to win.
Yeah, because
like after losing 6-11, could you like stomach the Bills losing to the Dolphins?
No.
I think that would be more upsetting than the alternative of the Bills just blowing them out like expected.
I'd be very happy.
Yeah, I want to see the Dolphins get blown out. I guess if Skylar Thompson like balls out against the Bills, I'll feel like a little better. Like, oh, okay, like we held that dude to 11 points, or we held him to 9 points, really. Really, we held them to no points because our defense gave them that field goal by giving them that penalty, the horse collar tackle. It was a little bit of a weak call, but it was a tank. It was a call that was necessary for the tank. I'm kind of fine with letting Miami into the playoffs and them getting blown out by Buffalo. The same thing would have happened to the Steelers, so people around here just need to get over it, leave us alone. All the Steelers would have needed to do to get into the playoffs would have been to beat the Jets. So don't be coming at me like, oh, your fucking Jets couldn't score fucking more than 6 points against the Dolphins.
Oh, by the way, friend Tom messaged me, and he messaged me as if he was addressing you like I was the investor. He was like, Chris Hecker, what the fuck? I was like, I don't know, man. Like, why don't you talk to him about it?
Yeah, that's me. I'm here.
I
I watched that whole game, and I really don't have an answer. I really don't have much to say. Like, what do you want me to say? We put up 6 points. Joe Flacco played. Like, that should have been your first sign that it wasn't going to happen when they announced
Joe Flacco double agent.
Any hope that they would have had of the Steelers would have had of pulling it off and getting in went away when Joe Flacco was named the starting quarterback.
All right,
Mo's back. So where the fuck are we in this? I was
waiting for Justin's score for the Jags game still.
Yeah. So I already picked the score for the Bills-Dolphins game, and Justin still hasn't picked that. Get it together.
No,
man.
I thought I did. Yeah.
Did you?
What
was it? Nobody heard you.
The Bills,
All right,
Dolphins?
boys.
No, for Jags Chargers.
Boys, I have to be a total lame and peace out, but I'm just gonna say Bills 45, Miami Dolphins 2.
Nice.
Safety. All right.
Safety because like it's a garbage time safety where Josh Allen walks into the end zone, throws a ball like Trevor into the crowd.
Backup.
Oh yeah, not Mitch Trubisky, whoever that guy is.
Okay. What they got now? Matt Barkley. What's Jake Fromm doing these days?
Oh, hopefully, working at a consulting company or like a call center and not playing football. But anyways, guys, it was good chilling with you.
Jets.
Always, man. Always.
Peace out, Paul.
All right, peace.
Yeah, so I guess it's just wait, so did Justin give a score for Jags Chargers?
No, but my Bills score is 31-20, and I'm picking Bills.
Okay. Yeah, I got Bills 52, Dolphins 0.
Jesus Christ.
It's 28-24.
So I'm waiting for Justin's 2 games.
In my game.
So he's picking the Chargers and the Dolphins, right?
Yeah, I think. Or I think he said he was picking Jacksonville.
Correct.
You're picking Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So I was just fucking
And
waiting.
you're picking what's your score for that game?
Might as well just pick the spread at this point.
Well, the spread's only like 2 points.
Oh shit.
And the Chargers are favored, by the way.
So that's 2. Fuck it.
There's nothing. No. Chargers, Jaguars game.
I don't think we're getting the information out of Justin that we're looking for.
Right, Justin's just gonna pick the Jags to win, and then the Bills. And I'll leave it as that.
I was saying 28-24.
28-44.
28-24. For which game? Is that for the Jags game?
Why not?
Hello?
Why not?
And then Bills? Come on, Negro Damas.
Give my
Fucking
scores
fired.
before. I thought about this one. Now I'm thinking about it again. Shit. I don't know what the fuck I said before.
You know Tua's not playing, right?
What?
There's no Tua. No Tua. It's Skylar Thompson's
Yeah,
the quarterback.
I know. Sky Thompson.
Eddie.
Yeah. They're not winning.
Absolutely.
Actually, I don't
The
know.
spread's 13. They cover. I
Yeah.
don't think they even cover. I'm taking the Bills minus 51.5.
You know what's wild? This kid, I said that Georgia was going to win by 40. He's like, I heard 40. I'm like, don't worry, man. I'm trying to save you money. They ended up winning by like 57 or some shit.
Yeah, they won like 65. Yeah, like 50. Yeah, 65-7. Yeah, they won like 58 points.
I told him the odds would be I put up 50, you put up 200. He's like, I'll do it. I'm like, oh my God.
So do you? You would have won. And
yeah, I would have won.
He wouldn't shake hands.
No, I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to take his money.
Oh, that's stupid. You should.
I was just trying to be nice.
No, fuck that.
Oh.
Money.
I'm taking Justin. I'm so excited to take Justin's money with this.
No, I should have just said fuck it and did
it.
Yeah.
I fucked that shit up. But he probably would have been like, oh, well, you didn't shake on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I currently have a situation where I'm pretty sure the guy's gonna pay me, but basically I haven't seen the dude either, but basically I got a text from a friend while I was tripping on mushrooms saying that someone wanted to bet me Bills.
You got to edit that part out. Can you make your goddamn pick already so we can end the podcast? Jesus Christ. Buffalo Bills, Dolphins.
Oh, yeah, the Bills. The Bills are winning. What points? It's gonna be 30, 31, 20. Nah, 31. I don't even know if 31 is possible. Shit.
31 what?
31, 31?
31-17.
31-17.
There it goes. See ya. And that'll conclude another exciting episode of All Gas No Break podcast. This has been episode 56, the Demario Davis episode. We were going to record it anyway, and then Mike Lafleur got fired, so we really had to do this one. So thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Love yous, and we'll talk again next week.
Where's the gabagoo?
Hey, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. Don't make me get the. Hey, I'm walking here. Yeah, I love having that video. Like he when he says, "Hey, I'm walking here," his face freezes or his face glitches. I was like, "Hey, I'm walking here." All right, it's time to go. Peace.